Well, I missed round 7 in Baku because I was outside of my city and then came back to my home catching a cold. And so, we begin round 8 in Britain pretty ill. And I was sneezing pretty badly sometimes, and I was pretty afraid that I would get a sneeze in the middle of the race, destroying my focus and maybe ruining my race, and well, that sucks. And we see in the standings, in the driver standings, that we're down to 14th with 19 points, so we got 4 points removed because in the Netherlands, while the AI was controlling my car during that time, that incident, the AI braked so early and it, made some people make contact and damage our front wings, and so we are down to P14 with 19 points. We see that Sebs is leading the championship with 167 points, and it looks like he's gonna win the championship because Bartero is in second with 145 points, although he can make a comeback, but we see that Sebs might get a pretty good result. We see that Astro is in third with 118 points. In the constructors, we see that Ferrari are leading the standings with 186 points, and Mercedes is in second with 147. Red Bull is in third with 136, and meanwhile we got up to 8th with 37 points. And after setting the tire location to balanced, we begin this one-shot quali for the sprint, which is going pretty decent. We are in 4th and we head into BLM Club, running a little bit wide and heading to Club. Oh boy, I got the snap of oversteer, I almost spun, and we qualified 7th because of it. If I didn't do that mistake, I would have gotten up to 4th, but honestly, I'm glad I did that save, because if I spun I could have gotten last, and that's pretty bad because it's gonna be a sprint and you have no time to come back. We see that Astro got pole with a time of 126.333, Bartero qualified second with only 100th of a second the time between him and Astro, but he was lower, but that amount of seconds. 65 in third, Chronico in fourth, Zenotti in fifth, Casanova in sixth, and we see that Unde and Ronik both got disqualified, and looks like me got a terrible mistake. We see that Razgris, my teammate, qualified in P15, and so we're gonna start the sprint with 17.6 kilograms of fuel, and we're gonna start on softs just like the almost rest of the field, and we are underway, and we are wheel to wheel with Casanova. We got a decent start and almost pushes me wide into the exit of Abbey, and we head into the village on the outside, and oh my god, I made contact with Casanova and I got down to P8 because Bocholo overtook us into entry, and yeah, that's not a great start, but still could have been worse. And meanwhile we see that Sami is trying to overtake us into the Wellington Straight, and fortunately he did not make an attempt to overtake me, and meanwhile I tried to still be right behind Bocholo just in case I can overtake him in the next few laps. Now we are on lap 2, and oh, Bocholo left the session, and that was such a scary moment. I almost crashed into him because he left and he slowed down a little bit considerably, and he swerved a little bit to the right, and I was going to the right as well, but fortunately he went to the left. But that was gonna end pretty much worse if I got a bit of a different move, and now we are right behind Casanova, and hopefully I can overtake him and others as well. And here we go, on lap 4, we try to overtake Casanova. We got DRS, although he has, but I got the very straight line speed, and we head to the outside to stall, but I could not do that much, and we hit, oh, he blocked me, or maybe I could have gotten to the outside, but no, it was not a pretty fast option. And meanwhile we see that Sexify is gonna join the battle, or maybe this is gonna convert into a battle for P5. Unfortunately, we're getting far away from the top 4, and now we are making our battle, Sexify, Casanova, and myself. We are now on the hangar straight, but I was pretty much far away from these two drivers, but Casanova goes for the inside into stall and overtakes Sexify, and Sexify tries to re-overtake him. Well, he did not, and Casanova now overtook Sexify, but this is not over yet, because we are once again in the hangar straight, and Sexify and I get the arrest from Casanova, and it is gonna be a 3 wide into stall, and I go to the inside and I run a bit wide, and Casanova re-overtakes me, but we see that Sexify got into a bit of a mistake, or I don't know, he backed off so much, but the thing is that he got down to 7th with a gap of 1.4 seconds behind me, and now it is just the fight between Casanova and myself. How can I overtake him? Maybe in the hangar straight, but when can I do it? The answer was just a few corners later, because into Wellington straight I overtook him into the inside way before Brooklands, but it might be a mistake, because he tries to re-overtake me down the inside into stall, and he makes me contact, and exiting stall he pushes me wide. That's some tough racing, and I decided to let him pass, because, well, he was now ahead of me, but I don't want to report him. That's such a pretty good fight, and eventually I will overtake him. And that moment came once again in the hangar straight on lap 8, and I overtook him pretty easily before Stowe. And to make things better, into Wellington straight, he was out of DRS range from me. But I went slowly into sector 2, and Casanova was going into striking distance with me into the hangar straight, and he tries to overtake me down the inside, and unfortunately for me, he successfully managed to do it, and he tried to defend me into bail, but yeah, that's some unfortunate things for me, and I finish in P6. Still, what a tough fight, and it was a pretty good one. We see that Partero won the race, followed by Astro, and Chronico finished in 3rd. Xenotix in 4th, and, well, I already told you which positions finished in 5th and 6th. And we skip to 7th, who was Andres. And looks like Sexify got demoted down to 8th, because I remember him having a 3-second time penalty. And Sammy finished 9th, and Jonathan in 10th. We see that Milton couldn't recover from his terrible qualifying, and Zenith, well, barely made into P15, but he didn't get any points. And now it's time for the real thing, and we see in this one-shot qualify for the real race that we are in 2nd, heading into Vale. And can I finally get into the front row? But unfortunately it looks like I did a bad club, and we got down to P4. Oh my god. I don't know how much was the gap between 2nd place and myself, to place me down to 4th. And well, we see that Astro qualified on pole, but Barretero and Chronic were the ones who beat me, and oh my god, it was by less than 300ths. Yeah, that was such a small mistake that put me down 2 places. 65 qualified 5th, Xenotics in 6th position, Melton in 7th, Andres in 8th, Pocholo in 9th, Adelfo in 10th, Jonathan in 11th, Rasgris might be the slowest one in 12th, and Cerovics might made a mistake and qualified in P13. The others got quality ban and so did not set any lap times. I'm starting with 50 kilograms of fuel, and also I'll be starting on mediums. The thing is that very few of them are gonna start on that tire compound, and with that we are on the way for the real race. There's a straight for rain at the end of the race, and so I decided to go for mediums, and I am thinking to go for 2-stop mediums and then an inters and then softs, and we head into the village wheel to wheel with Sexify, and exiting here we're still wheel to wheel and we get squished. Oh my god, oh boy, we get some front wing damage, I don't know, but we're down to 7th, and I was checking the vehicle conditions, but the engineer was not telling me anything, and we head to Brooklands and Andres overtakes me. That is such a horrible start, and well, he told me nothing, and I checked once again, no, nothing as well, and well, looks like I did not have any damages, but looks like my mediums are doing pretty badly. There's a virtual safety car, but I was hoping that this didn't get converted into a safety car, because that will convert it into a worse situation, because if that gets deployed, well, softwares will box for mediums or maybe for hards, so that will be their only stop, and that's game over for us, because we have the slowest pit lane of all, and Jonathan overtakes us, takes advantage from us, and I wanted to push him wide, but I was so afraid that he would report me, and so I gave him some spacing. Damn, I should have gotten, like, block him, something like that, but I was too nice and dropped down to P9. A bad lap 1 that I had, but it could have gotten worse. Now let's make a little bit of a comeback. But unfortunately, that comeback was actually the opposite of it, because exiting left field, Zenith was right behind me, and unfortunately I was too afraid that I did not close him, and instead he went wheel to wheel into cops. Oh my god, what the hell did he do? Oh my god, like, he could have waited until hangar straight, but no, he decided to just go for it, and well, I can justify him because he's on softs and I'm on mediums, and now I'm for Texas. Yeah, it's a pretty terrible start, and maybe I regret going for mediums at the start of the race, but I don't know, maybe I'll have the advantage in the later stages of the race, while the others are struggling with their now wearing softs. Now we enter lap 3 and we head to village and overtake Adilfo once again, and this time hopefully we still get P10 by the end of this lap and the next few ones. But unfortunately my P10 is on threat to be lost, because on lap 5 into the hangar straight on the overtake me pretty easily. That's pretty unfortunate. Looks like I'm pretty slow, but it might not be the case, because Jonathan is going also slow, and in fact I am reducing the gap. It used to be like 3 seconds, but now it is 1.7 seconds, so maybe I can overtake him and get back to P10. And That moment happened on lap 7 while I was in the hangar straight, and I overtook Jonathan pretty easily, although he had DRS, but he did not have ERS, but I did. And so we got back in P10, but I ran wide into Bell. Fortunately, I did not get overtaken by him, and Barretero boxes. Oh, and Chronico and Andres both crashed and spun, and that's why I got up into P7 beginning lap 8. And the laps passed, and I started to change my strategy from medium intersofts to a medium intersofts, and it is because I was waiting for the rain to come, but it wasn't coming, and I started to change from mediums to all the way until rain comes, and it is lap 15 and it hasn't come yet. That is a little bit concerning for me, but I decided to, you know what, rain ain't coming any soon, so let's now change the strategy from mediums to softs. In the next few laps we won't go for inters because rain ain't gonna hit that hard. We head into club, and oh my god, I almost spawned, but yeah, I lost 2 seconds because I hit the Celsius curve, but man, it could have been much worse. Alright, well, we got up into P3 because the soft runners have boxed for mediums, and we're still ahead of Jonathan, although he has been right behind me for a few laps, but he couldn't have the chance to overtake me. Ending lap 17, we are now leading the race, but it is because on the N65 boxed at the end of lap 16, and I should have boxed on that lap, but no, I instead boxed here right now at the end of lap 17 because I was thinking that it was gonna hit rain, but my engineer told me that rain was gonna hit in like 10 to 15 minutes, and that was when these two drivers that I mentioned were boxing in. I was past the pit lane entry, and yeah, I missed the window, but well, hope we don't lose that much time. We get down to P8, and Zenith is more than 6 seconds ahead of us. And I question, arose me, can I overtake Zenith before the end of the race? The question might be answered with a yes, because beginning lap 22, I dropped the gap down to less than 4 seconds, and it used to be like 6.4 seconds beginning like lap 18 or so. So I reduced 2.4 seconds in 3 laps. Well, 4, but it is 5 laps to go, and we got the DRS because a lap car got away from us, and rain is beginning to fall finally, but it is too late, and maybe we won't go for inters. Looks like it won't rain that heavy, and if it rains heavy, race will have already been over, and so it looks like we're gonna be on softs for the entirety of the race. And it is now 4.5 laps to go, and the gap got reduced to 3.2 seconds, so yeah, I can maybe overtake him if I maintain with that pace, and Zenith is still struggling with those mediums. Yeah, I can, but it is gonna be a hard challenge. Fortunately, things got the same, and the gap between Zenith and myself got down to 1.3 seconds onto the hangar straight, and we're on lap 24, and looks like we're gonna have DRS on the next lap into the Wellington and hangar straights. But we head into Bell, and we see that Zenith's gotten wide into club, and we see that, oh, he spun, and that means that we get up into P7, and damn, this is getting pretty much difficult to drive in this now getting wet track, and looks like Zenith did not have any grip anymore, and thank God that I'm on softs, so I have some bits of extra grip so I can have a bit of more control. And P7 is gonna be the position that we are finishing this race, and damn, my back was pretty much wet. It was so much sweated, and yeah, it was a pretty good one for me that I was really ill, and as you can notice with my voice, I'm still ill. I recorded the day after the race got held. We see that Unde made a great comeback. He was actually pretty fast. Astro finishes second, Xenotix in third, Melton and Sexify both finished 4th and 5th respectively, Barrettero in 6th. I finished in 7th, Zenith in 8th, Jonathan in 9th, Kononko in 10th, Asklad in P11. Sebs did not participate in this race, and Ronik finished 12th, Adilfo in P13, Sorobix in P14, Sami in P15, Andres in 16th, Rasgris, my teammate, finished in P17, and Mick and Bosholo are the ones who got lapped. Casanova is the only DNFer, and heading back into Unde, he did a last to first with the fastest lap of the race. And as a result, he got the driver of the day because, well, he did an amazing comeback and got 33 points in this race. He could have gotten 36 points if he got pole, but, well, maybe he wouldn't have gotten the driver of the day, so he almost got the almost maximum points that he could have gotten in this round, well, at least for the main race. And he is up in P12, and he could have gotten even more points, but the thing is that he did not score any points in the sprint. And fortunately, he isn't ahead of me, and I'm in P10 with 37 points. And we see that now Barretero is leading the championship with 177 points because Sebs did not participate this round. Astro is in third with 162, and, well, Zenith is now in a distant fourth with 120, and we see that there is a great bridge between top 4 and the rest, because Andres is in 5th with 58 points only, and that's a 62 point gap between 4th and 5th. Now we head into the constructors, and we see some changes in the upper field. Mercedes are now the ones who are leading the standings with 211 points. Ferrari is in second with 205, and, well, the reserve drivers collected 193 points, positioning them in third. And, well, meanwhile, let's see that our team is up to 5th with 55 points, and we see that Racing Bulls are no longer in the negative points. This league hosts races on Mondays and Wednesdays, but next round in Las Vegas will be on the other Monday instead of this Wednesday, and it is because it will be the 25th, and they decided to postpone the round to the next Monday. Well, we want to be on a pretty joyful situation in Christmas. And also, I want to tell you that there won't be race also on January 1st. So the race after Las Vegas will be also on another Monday. So hope I get recovered from this illness, and take care of yourselves. Merry Christmas.